Hey, welcome to our first episode of Dishing at the Dollhouse. We're going to be making vegan food, but not just vegan food, but cute vegan food. And delicious vegan food. What do you think? Is it going to be delicious?
Always.
This is Kimmy.
Hi, this is Robin.
Hi. So what are we making today? Do you know?
Can we make something heart-shaped?
I think we can, because I just so happen to have a heart-shaped waffle maker.
Oh my god, yay!
So we were thinking, instead of bringing you a traditional breakfast waffle, we might bring you a pizza waffle. Then you can eat it all day long, every day.
Heart-shaped pizza waffles, that's where it's at.
Let's get started. Okay, so the first step is we take all of our dry ingredients and we sift them. Well, technically we're only sifting some of them. Anyway, so we start with 1.5 cups of unbleached, I use unbleached organic flour. What kind of flour do you usually use?
I think I use the same.
I like unbleached because then I know that there's no weird chemicals going into it. Since I'm buying organic, I don't want anything extra that's weird. Mm-hmm. And wheat flour obviously is better than white flour, but white flour rises a little bit better. Are wheat flour and white flour made with the same kind of wheat berry?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Clearly we're not professionals. Maybe we should do our research.
Okay, and then the next flour I use is 1/2 cup of chickpea flour, but technically you can use any kind of flour for your other 1/2 cup. You could just do 2 cups of the original flour.
The thing with chickpea flour though is that it will give you a little extra protein, so it's a good option.
Extra everything is good. Well, maybe not extra fat and sugar, except if you're me. And then I have 2 tablespoons of baking powder, and this is garlic powder and onion powder. We use 1/2 teaspoon of garlic and 1 teaspoon of onion. Okay, so we sift those ingredients. The reason I don't sift the spices is because my sifter holes are really small, and oregano and things like that
They get stuck.
Yeah, we don't want anybody to get stuck. Sift, sift, sift. There's still some lumps, so I'm going to force them down.
That's good. Get it all in.
I bet you all of this is stubborn onion powder. This would never happen at Kimmy's house.
So now we're going to add our spices. We have 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of basil, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper.
This is what's going to make it taste super good.
Oh, pizza-y?
Mm-hmm. And then just whisk it. I think the only reason I really whisk a lot is to make sure that baking powder is incorporated. I feel like if I got a big bite of oregano, I would not have a problem with that at all.
No, I wouldn't either, actually. But baking powder, not so much.
Yeah, not so much. Okay, so here's our fancy waffle iron. It's probably made for children because it says fun in all the primary colors. But we're basically children, yeah. So it's perfect for us. I usually wait until this step, till after I measure out all my dry ingredients before I preheat the waffle iron, because I guess since it's for children, it preheats really fast. No idea. Children are impatient, right?
We're impatient. Yeah.
But if you know your waffle iron takes longer to heat up, then you can just do your preheating like before you start measuring your dry ingredients. So while we're preheating, we're going to put
We're gonna add 2 cups of broth to this mixture.
You can buy packaged vegan broth, just vegetable broth, or you can make your own using either a bouillon cube or this wonderful paste. I am not sponsored by this company, but I am in love with it. It's called Better Than Bouillon. And because it's a paste, I feel like it's easier to dissolve in water than the cubes. Do you ever feel like you have to like mash them?
I do, yeah. It's kind of a pain actually, so I might have to try buying this.
I can give you the rest of this jar because I may or may not have like 4 more of these in
Thank you. Oh, sweet, okay.
You know, in case of like a major earth disaster.
Yeah.
You guys are all going to be coming to me for your bouillon paste when that happens. So we whisk this in really well.
Can you hear? I suck at whisking, I'm not gonna lie. It's not great.
Oh my gosh, I was watching this cooking show where they were trying to make butter and the dude was like, so how are you at whisking? And she was like, oh, you know, I'm like pretty good at whisking. And so they like take the bowl of butter or whatever, it's like oil, and they put it into the bowl of ice and she's like whisking it and he's like, no. And so then he takes it and he's like a damn machine.
Alright, I feel like I'm somewhere in between maybe? I don't know.
I'm bad at it. That's why I have a stand mixer because it does all the hard work for you.
Yeah, okay. I don't have one of those.
So you don't have to be excellent at whisking to do this. It's not like making buttercream frosting. Any speed will do. Okay, so at this point you could start making your waffles just with that. But I think we're gonna try to make ours a little more exciting, and we're gonna add some things to it. It does affect how easy it is to get your waffles out of your waffle iron. So if you have a stubborn waffle iron that's old and it's hard to get waffles out, you might want to just start here.
Yeah.
And then put all your toppings on top later when you eat it. But this one I think can handle it. It loves us, and it's pink, so that means it's perfect in every way. So we're going to start by adding some pepperoni. And I don't know about where everyone else lives, but do you ever find good pepperoni in the store around here?
No, I've never. I'm pepperoni-less, and it's sad.
It's a sad life.
Yeah.
So we have an excellent supply of vegan mock meat in this area, I think.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the plant-based pepperoni situation is like a desert.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. So I think there might be like one company like Ives or one of those companies where it has like 100 ingredients in it.
Tofurkey? Doesn't Tofurkey make? Maybe not. Never mind.
Not that I can ever find.
Okay.
Anyway, so I've been making my own.
Of course, Robin makes her pepperoni. That's how she rolls.
They actually, normally when I make it for pizza, I do slice it in like the coin shape that everyone is familiar with. But for these waffles, it's better, the smaller the better.
Little bite-sized diced pieces.
Mm-hmm.
You can just use whatever brand of vegan pepperoni you want, or just skip pepperoni altogether.
Yeah, you can skip pepperoni. These waffles are delicious without pepperoni also. I think last time I made them, I didn't put any pepperoni in. Anyway, so if you do want to make your own, there's a recipe book called The Homemade Vegan Pantry. It has a really good recipe. I don't change anything about the recipe. I make it exactly, and that's rare for me. I feel like cookbooks, often I change the recipe.
Yeah, you gotta tweak it, but these are perfect.
All right, what do you think? Should we just dump it all in?
Yep, I'm doing it.
We didn't really measure, but I would say it's about a half a cup. What do you think?
I think it is too, actually, yeah.
Okay, and cheese. Let's talk about cheese, you guys.
Okay, what is this cheese? I've never had it.
All right, so this is what the package looks like. I may have bought 2 because I have to drive all the way to San Francisco to get it, so I kind of stock up when I go.
That was really good.
It's delicious. Just edit this part out. Just kidding. Okay, so this is made by Violife. I recommend all of their cheeses. They also have a pizza cheese. I think it's called like a smoked Gouda, but it specifically says it's for pizza, and they're the experts, right? So I believe them.
And you graded this?
I graded it.
Oh, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's actually gradeable. Most vegan cheeses aren't gradeable.
Oh yeah, straight out of the package. It's like firm. Feel it.
That is firm.
So if you guys get Miyoko's mozzarella, you'll know
so good, but you can't
that it's so
grate it.
soft.
Yeah.
It like becomes one with your
slice
grater.
it and put it on in little chunks.
Can you even? What are you doing to your hands?
I-
Oiling them? Because I feel like it just wants to be all over my body. It's
cut
like
it
I'm a moisturizer. And
I
I'm
cut
like,
it off with a
"Oh."
butter knife, and I just no, it's good. It works.
Okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
Kimmy's amazing. That's all.
I don't tend to drive to San Francisco for cheese.
Okay, well that makes her slightly less amazing. But if all your store has is like follow your heart, that's totally fine too. And it already comes pre-grated.
Or whatever you want. Jaya, whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we put like half?
Yeah, that's a lot of cheese. And I might just snack on more of this later as it is.
All right, kids. No, wait, stop.
Wait, is that? Okay, but I really like it. Okay.
Okay, let's stir it.
Okay.
Okay, so you probably are used to using olive oil for everything, which I kind of feel like I use olive oil for everything.
Yep.
But for
Definitely.
high heat, which this is like a high heat thing, I consider this to be a high heat thing, and when I make baked goods, I use oil that's more for high heat, so that would be like safflower, sunflower, coconut.
Yeah, coconut oil especially is really good at high heat cooking.
Coconut is the best, but I feel like you can kind of taste it a little bit on certain things like this.
That is true. It's not a bland oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm using a safflower oil to coat the waffle iron. So a lot of people use those sprays. What do you think about those?
I prefer to just use the jarred kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you only have to take up a small space in your pantry instead of twice as much space.
That's true.
But if you have the spray, use the spray because I feel like it evenly distributes it so well.
Yeah, it'll be quicker.
Yeah. Anyway, so you just coat it really well because you don't want your waffles to stick.
And I'm gonna start putting the batter into this little pouring bowl, so it'll be easier to pour into the waffle iron.
So the reason we use high heat oils is because if you use olive oil and you heat it past a certain temperature, scientists have said that it leads to them turning into something called a trans fat, which you may or may not have heard of. I don't really know that much about trans fats.
So they get a bad rap, however, everything in moderation. Like we really can just enjoy everything a little bit. You know, it's okay.
Okay.
It's all about balance. And these pizza waffles are actually pretty healthy, I'd say.
Yeah, that means I can eat extra.
That's right.
All right, I hope that's well coated.
It looks good, yeah.
We'll find out when you see how difficult it is to take them out.
All right, so I'm gonna let you pour
right.
because you're gonna be better at it for sure.
Oh, it's so chunky.
It looks so good. I'm super excited about this. Oh my gosh.
Ooh. That one might be a big one. That'll be the daddy waffle.
Is there a baby bear waffle?
It might be the one I just made. Wow, it's really hard to make baby bear waffles when you have an appetite such as mine. All right, so we close it and we wait. If your waffle iron has one of these little latches, you can latch it if you want, but you don't have to. I do it both ways. Do you have a latch on yours?
I don't have a waffle iron. I have to get all of my delicious waffles from you.
Wait, you've never made waffles at home?
I've never made waffles in my entire life. Oh wait, do those like frozen ones you can buy in the package count? No, okay. No. That's the extent of my waffle making ability. So I'm really good at like cooking. I consider this more baking, which Robin is really good at. I'm not good at baking.
She says this, but she's getting better.
I can't make a waffle to save my life though, so.
So you make pancakes? Or is that baking also?
That's baking. I feel like that's baking. I feel like anytime you have to make some sort of like a mixture or dough, batter. Yeah, batter. That's like baking.
Okay.
I just suck at that, yeah. I don't know. It's like an exact science, whereas cooking I feel like is a little more relaxed. You don't have to be exact about it.
That's true. What about pizza?
I buy the crust though.
Do you get it as dough, like how they sell it at Trader Joe's?
I buy it as crust. Pre-made crust.
So that's basically the same as your frozen waffle scenario.
Basically. Oh, or that diet frozen pizza. I love that stuff.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Frozen pizzas, frozen waffles. This is what we're teaching you about here on Dishing at the Dollhouse.
But now that I know how to make waffles.
Or do you think you might get a waffle iron? Is this going to be
maybe? This seems really easy. This seems easy to make. I feel like I could do this.
We're winning the world over one waffle at a time.
I mean, especially if I can buy a cute heart-shaped waffle maker.
Look how puffy it's getting. I'm glad I didn't latch it, because now they're going to be like, what? I'm hoping. I want them to be twice as
Like
big.
fluffy and big and delicious.
When I told Kimmy that we were going to be making waffles on the first show, she was like, can they be pastel waffles? And I was like, no.
But then you said they could be heart-shaped, so I was sold.
But maybe in your future, if
Pastel
you
waffles.
and a waffle iron come
Yeah,
together.
I could try.
I'm going in. How's it looking over there? Ooh.
Good.
We might be
Yep.
okay.
Oh. Oh, okay.
What happened to that one?
3 out of 4 again, ain't bad.
I don't understand why it looks
It's
so
okay.
weird.
I don't know, I don't care, I'll eat it. I'm not picky about my waffle appearance.
Because you're a better person than I am. Because let me tell you what I'm doing while I'm dog shopping.
Still so cute.
So I just got permission to adopt a dog from my landlord.
Yay, puppies!
I'm being so mean. I'm like, that one has a weird brown spot. What is going on with that one's eyes? I feel like the worst human alive.
See, and I'm like looking for a second dog, which I don't think is gonna happen. But I'm like, oh, look at the cute little one-eyed puppy. I want that one.
That's that waffle. That's the one-eyed puppy.
Yeah. I like I like the sad ones that no one else wants. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone's gonna have the sad ones that no one wants.
All right. None of those stuck, but I feel like they're a little overdone.
No, they're perfect.
Yeah?
Fluffy, glorious, amazing. Yeah, no, they're great.
Okay.
Okay, while we're making the next batch, Robin, can you tell us about your delicious pizza sauce?
I can. So you can buy pizza sauce at the store.
Yeah, right here, I do that.
If you want. And I make my own, and it's really easy. I mix 1 can of organic tomato sauce, 1 can of organic tomato paste, and just some like pizza type spices.
Oh, that is really easy.
So I made my own, and you can buy your own. And if you aren't a huge fan of pizza sauce, and you're the kind of person who goes to a pizza place and orders the, like, what is it called? The Greek kind with the white sauce?
Yeah, I would never do that, but yeah.
It's like, I don't know what it's called because I've eliminated it from my mind.
Pizza sauce.
Then another good alternative dip for these, or a spread, is if you make your own cashew cheese, or if you buy cashew cheese that's like kind of softer.
Soft, yeah. That would be really good actually on these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else do we want to say?
What would these be good for?
Oh. Do you take your own lunch to work?
I do every single day, yes.
I feel like this would be good for that.
Okay, I would totally love to pack these in my lunch. It would make all of my coworkers super jealous. Although I would
love
probably
doing that.
share with them because I love my coworkers.
You're
They're
really
adorable.
sweet.
And I only have like 2 of them, so.
I feel like I go on picnics a lot. So
Oh, these would be so cute on a picnic.
I think so
Like
too.
a potluck picnic.
You're like when I'm gonna have next week, for instance.
When you
can
bring
bring
them over.
these.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, do we get to try this?
Yeah, okay, no, I'm doing it. I'm going.
How is it?
Oh my god, that's so good. The cheese is so good.
Mmm.
Yeah, I love that. Oh my goodness. This would be a really good lunch.
Mmm.
Mm-hmm. Sausage is nice.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna hang out with these waffles for the rest of the day. Okay, so this recipe makes 16 little waffles. If you want to make more, you can always double it. If you want to make less, you can always have it.
Why would you want to make less?
That's what I say, because you can reheat them in the toaster oven
Yeah,
if you have
okay.
leftovers.
Perfect.
You can also just leave them out because vegan ingredients can be left out. So you can just leave them out and eat them throughout the whole day, which I think is what
I
we're gonna
think
do.
we're gonna be doing that. If you like this video, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more of our super cute faces, you can find Robin at vegandollhouse.com, and you can find me, Kimmy, at rockmyvegansocks.com. Thanks everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so this episode of Dishing at the Dollhouse would not be possible without
Our editor, director, and producer.
Ashley.
Hello!
You can find Ashley at theveganadventure.com.
I want to try some of this now. Am I allowed?
Yes,
You
you
are.
did all
I mean, yeah, I
behind the
guess.
scenes work. You
Oh,
get,
that's a little
you get
piece.
to.
A little bigger piece.
It's good. Right.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.